Now, a look at how farmers in southern Wisconsin are dealing with trade tariffs, why they're hopeful a deal can be made soon, and what Madison officials are saying and doing about a lack of affordable housing in the city. Plus, President Trump attacked another minority congressman today, what members of the House are saying now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. We start tonight with tragic news out of the town of Dane. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says an 8-year-old boy is dead after an accident involving a piece of farming equipment. Authorities were called to the 6,000 block of Viaduct Road in the town of Dane just after 11 o'clock last night. The initial report was for a boy trampled to death by a cow, but responding units determined on scene that the boy was accidentally run over by a skid steer loaded when he was working on the farm. The child's father was operating that machine. Officials say both the boy and his father recently immigrated from Nicaragua and don't have any other family in the area. The Victim Witness Unit of the Dane County Attorney's Office is working with the community to try to help raise money to send the boy's body back to family in Nicaragua. Farmers in southern Wisconsin say the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement proposal is something they've been waiting for. Adam Dexter joins us now with why tariffs and trade deals continue to be a high concern.
Well, Amanda, the issue of tariffs and trading has been a concern for farmers in southern Wisconsin since this time last year. And as the Rock County 4-H Fair prepares the farmers of tomorrow, they're hoping for a solution soon.
The Rock County 4-H Fair is all about creating the next generation of farmers. Current farmer Doug Rebout says it's a special thing to watch.
Today has been the dairy show, and I love watching these kids come in and just to see that love of the animals that they have.
The family farmer and president of the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association says people don't get into farming for the fame and glory, rather because it's something they find passion in.
We're not out for the almighty dollar. We're out there because this is something that we love. We are very passionate about what we do.
But even with that being said, Rebout says money needs to come from somewhere, and tariffs and non-existent trade deals are keeping that from happening.
Farmers are having a hard time paying their bills right now. A lot of the trade deals that we keep hearing about have not happened yet.
Rebout says farmers in south central Wisconsin are waiting for the passing of the USMCA, which he describes as a sort of NAFTA 2.0. While a draft has been written, he says it's having a hard time passing through Congress.
It's disappointing and depressing because we're hoping that these trade deals get done because we want to get paid the prices of what our products are worth.
Rebout says this is something farmers were waiting for last year and are waiting for again this year. And while farmers of the future are getting their first glance at the industry, he hopes they're not waiting much longer.
It doesn't only affect farming, it affects everybody. Until these trade deals get done, we're not getting that money, and it's starting to hurt a lot of farmers.
Rebout says a lot of the prices he's being paid today are prices his dad would have earned in the 1970s. He's hopeful the new trade deal could help stabilize the profession for generations to come.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Let's turn it over to Dave Caulfield with your first alert forecast. Dave, it's getting a little sweaty out there today.
Yeah, the humidity, we couldn't keep it away forever across southern Wisconsin, and it's definitely back. It was back throughout much of today. It will stick with us into tomorrow as well. On high resolution Doppler, we actually have seen some thunderstorms to the north and east of Madison. That's where that cold front has stalled. I think it will stay there for the night, but in spots like northern Columbia County into Marquette and Green Lake counties, those thunderstorms will continue at least for the next couple of hours. I think after midnight, a lot of that activity should die down. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s across southern Wisconsin, but with dew points near that 70-degree mark, it still does feel like the lower 80s in Madison, upper 70s in Janesville. A live-looking Madison, the Edgewater Skycam, partly cloudy skies right now, still pretty humid. It will remain humid overnight. Temperatures falling into the upper 60s to start our Sunday. We should be dry for much of the day on Sunday in Madison, but then as we head into the nighttime hours, that could change. We'll time out our next chance for showers and storms in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Dave. More local news now. Police are looking for a Sauk County Huber inmate who escaped on Thursday. Officials say 38-year-old Caleb Turner was released from the Huber Center for groundskeeping work outside the jail. Then Turner left without permission and didn't come back. He was scheduled to serve a 6-month commitment after he failed to pay child support. Police say he does not pose any danger to the public, but anyone with information about his location is asked to contact their local law enforcement agency. City leaders are teaming up with Habitat for Humanity to spread awareness of the need for affordable housing. Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway and Police Chief Mike Koval joined volunteers in picking up hard hats and hammers to help build house foundations in downtown Madison today. The construction work took place during the Dane County Farmers Market on Capitol Square to spread awareness of affordable housing. Rhodes-Conway says the city is facing an affordable housing crisis.
Half of Madison residents are housing cost burdened in some way, and that, to me, is just absolutely unacceptable.
When you have the stability of knowing where you're going to lay your head on a pillow every night, that takes care of so much of the apprehension and the anxiety, and it means that you're connected to a community and to growing with that community.
Mayor Rhodes-Conway says events like this one aren't enough to solve what she calls an affordable housing crisis. She says the city is soliciting proposals for affordable housing developments, too. Around the state, approximately 700 Wisconsin Public Service utility customers remain without power tonight following last week's storms. That's according to a release from the Wisconsin Department of Military Affairs. They say staff and other resources out in the field continue assisting with local recovery efforts throughout central and northern Wisconsin. The preliminary estimate for public sector costs associated with the storm is about $5.3 million. Local emergency operations centers remain open in Barron, Langlade, and Polk counties. 4 American athletes are among those injured following a deadly collapse at a nightclub in South Korea. The American men's and women's water polo teams were at the club toasting to the Women's World Championship victory, but more than a dozen people were injured as a section of the balcony in the club came down. Officials say a steel structure supporting the upper floor was unable to withstand the weight and it collapsed. 2 South Koreans were killed in the accident. Hundreds of people were inside the club when it happened, but USA water polo officials say all of their athletes are accounted for and safe. 2 American tourists have been arrested in the deadly stabbing of a police officer in Rome. A tribute to the slain officer has been growing today on the Rome street corner where Mario Rega, a 35-year-old newlywed and officer for the police force, was stabbed to death. The 19-year-old American suspects are Finnegan Lee Elder and Gabrielle Christian Natale. Police say they confessed and are being held at prison where they met with their lawyers today.
I found he was stressed, that's for sure, Finnegan Lee Elder's lawyer said, but I don't think it's appropriate to do interviews.
This started early yesterday morning when Italian police say the Americans stole a backpack belonging to an Italian man. In the bag was the man's cell phone. He called it, and the Americans demanded 100 euros and a gram of cocaine to give it back. They set up a meeting, and the Italian man tipped off the police, who showed up in plain clothes. A scuffle ensued, and Rega was stabbed to death. A funeral will be held on Monday at the church he was married just 43 days ago. President Trump is under fire tonight after an attack on another prominent African-American member of Congress. This time, the president lashed out at House Democrat Elijah Cummings. Paula Reed has more from Washington, D.C.
Before heading out for a round of golf this morning, President Trump launched a Twitter attack against Maryland Congressman Elijah Cummings, claiming his district is a disgusting, rat and rodent-infested mess. Cummings' district includes much of the city of Baltimore and reaches into Baltimore and Howard counties. The president tweeted Cummings should spend more time in his district to help clean up this very dangerous and filthy place. The attack appeared to be related to a July 18th hearing on border detention facilities where Cummings sparred with acting Department of Homeland Security Chief Kevin McAleenan.
We're doing our level best in a very challenging.
What does that mean? What does that mean when a child is sitting in their own feces, can't take a shower? Come on, man. What's that about? None of us would have our children in that position. They are human beings.
Today, the president insisted the border is clean, efficient, and well run, just very crowded. Cummings responded by tweeting that he goes home to his district daily and fights for his neighbors. He then urged the president to work with him on addressing prescription drug prices. Baltimore is ranked as one of the most violent cities in the U.S., but the president's language today mirrored his previous attack against the so-called squad of 4 minority congresswomen, where he asked, why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi defended Cummings, tweeting, "We all reject racist attacks against him and support his steadfast leadership."
Yesterday, the Supreme Court said Trump could begin using Pentagon funds for his border wall, and he reached an agreement with Guatemala that may help stem the flow of migrants coming from across the southern border. Still to come on News 3 Now at 10, kids are getting ready to head back to school with a little help from local law enforcement. Welcome back. Students got a $300 shopping spree with Fitchburg Police in the department's first ever back-to-school event with a cop today. School guidance counselors from Madison and Verona school districts selected 9 students to shop with police at Target. The counselors chose hardworking students whose families struggle financially. The kids were able to pick out back-to-school supplies like pencils, notebooks, and new clothes. While the event offered students new school supplies, it offered police an opportunity to form a positive relationship with the community.
We wanted to do something to hopefully make the families' lives a little easier, as well as get the kids excited for school year.
Families were encouraged to join their child and their appointed police officer to ensure all the school supplies were purchased. People gathered to promote disability visibility at the Disability Pride Festival today in Madison. The event was hosted by local poet and organizer T.S. Banks and featured disabled musicians from California and Milwaukee. More than 50 exhibitions were set up at the festival to promote inclusivity for everyone. Many of the guests were part of organizations that offer services for people with disabilities, like Everybody Boxing or Disability Rights Wisconsin.
It brings us together to celebrate who we are. I mean, so often we feel ashamed or we feel like we're less than, and we're not.
In addition to workshops about improving access in downtown Madison and a presentation from a disabilities activist, people participated in adaptive yoga and other activities sponsored by the Madison Children's Museum. Greek culture is being celebrated this weekend with food and music at the annual Greek Fest Plus. The festival is hosted by the Assumption Greek Orthodox Church of Madison. People from all cultures gather at the festival. Its name was recently changed from Greek Fest to Greek Fest Plus to honor the diversity of participants. People enjoying wine tasting, live music, and dancing and food from local companies like Parthenon Yidos.
I love the energy. I love that it brings so many people together and we get to showcase the Greek culture and just have fun.
The festival introduces people to Greek culture by writing menus in Greek with translations and teaching Greek dance lessons. Tonight, almost 2,000 people in Wisconsin are waiting for a life-saving organ. 1,800 of those are waiting for a kidney. That's why the National Kidney Foundation of Wisconsin is hosting the Capital City 5K. It raises awareness and money for organ, tissue, and eye donation in the state. In 2010, Madison hosted the Transplant Games, and with that, a community-run walk was part of that event. Since then, the tradition continued every year. The CEO of the National Kidney Foundation of Wisconsin says it's a perfect host city.
This is a community that embraces people from no matter what their circumstance, and I think it has a history of raising awareness about issues that are important to our citizens in the state.
Huber says all you have to do to sign up is register on the DMV's website. There were about 800 to 900 people participating with family and friends waiting at the end of the race. They hope to raise $20,000. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dave Caulfield. It was quite a warm day out there today, Dave.
Yeah, those folks are walking in very humid and warm air. And really, we had the ingredients for storms throughout much of the day. It's just the atmosphere took its sweet time to create those storms. We're looking along a cold front north and east of Madison at a few showers and thunderstorms moving through Marquette, Green Lake into Fond du Lac County. And we can see that this line is slowly but surely drifting to the south and east. I think that before midnight, some of us could see a shower or storm. Shouldn't be anything on the strong side, which is good news. We've lost kind of the energy source that we would look for to create those stronger storms. But don't be surprised if maybe we see a few flashes of lightning before those storms start to die down a little bit after midnight. So bringing the umbrella, maybe not for the rest of the overnight hours and into much of tomorrow. I think we're probably going to be dry, but then as we get into later on Sunday into early Monday morning, so another overnight period where we could be looking at some showers as we head into Sunday night and Monday morning. But then the dry weather builds in for much of next week. In fact, really dry air in town for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Not humid really at all. Plenty of sunshine on the way for that stretch as well. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. We have to get there first. Platteville under Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Don't expect any showers or storms tonight in parts of Grant County. Madison, maybe a flash of lightning or two. A raindrop not out of the question, but really most of us are going to stay dry overnight and humid and partly cloudy. Temperatures were in the mid-80s for highs today, about 5 degrees above normal for this time of year. Started off in the lower to middle 70s, so that is way above where we typically see those morning temperatures. And I think another warm and humid night on the way for tonight as well. 79 in Madison right now, 74 in Juneau, so a little bit cooler near that rain-cooled air where those thunderstorms are going on right now. But temperatures, dew point temperatures are near 70 degrees, so that humidity isn't really going anywhere anytime soon until we get into later portions of Monday. That humidity is sticking around. It still feels like the low 80s in Madison at the 10 o'clock hour. Overnight, temperatures dipping into the upper 60s, humid and partly cloudy once those showers and thunderstorms die down over the next 2 hours or so. Tomorrow, temps in the upper 80s for highs. Very warm and humid before those clouds get here in the afternoon. Shower and thunderstorm possible, especially late. So over the next couple of hours, again, a shower or thunderstorm possible for portions of southern Wisconsin, but not looking all that likely as this front kind of stalls out for the night. Then we pick things up tomorrow, sort of where we left off, especially north and east of Madison. A few showers possible. I think the better chances for the rest of us do arrive late on Sunday. Note the time here, folks. This is 2:30 in the morning on Monday, where some showers and thunderstorms could be rolling through. Some downpours are possible at times. Skies will gradually become partly sunny on Monday, and then we'll start to feel better for much of next week. But at times tomorrow, could feel like the lower to middle 90s with that humidity and temperatures in the upper 80s. Some storms in the morning on Monday. Then after that, highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s and lots of sunshine. Just really, really nice weather on the way for the middle of next week into the weekend. We do start to see those shower and thunderstorm chances return for Saturday and Sunday.
If only the weekend had that nice weather.
When you live every day like it's the weekend,
there you go. And we work the weekend,
yeah, exactly.
So we're fine with it. All right, thank you, Dave. Another Cubs Brewers game, another nail biter highlights coming up next on News 3 Now at 10.
Well, the Brewers pitching rotation depth not really having its finest hour. They're down to 2 dependable guys, Zach Davies and then Chase Anderson, who started on the mound tonight. He was opposed by John Lester. Now, I was going to show you a whole bunch of highlights, but really, this is all we need, guys. Bottom of the 10th tie game, Keston Hiura. What a summer this guy is having at age 22. 2-run home run, his first career walk-off. I've gotten some pretty good tweets about Hiura. We got, I need a Hiura, I can be your Hiura baby, rock you like a hurricane. Bottom line, whatever you want to call it, this guy can totally hit. Brewers win 5-3, the final score. Well, busy next 2 weeks for the Packers. Besides training camp, the team will host family night on Friday at Lambeau, and then on August 5th and 6th, the Houston Texans come to Wisconsin for a joint practice between the two teams. It's something head coach Matt LaFleur did the last 2 seasons that he was the head coach of the Titans. And Tremont Williams also has some experience sharing the field during training camp.
Well, I've done it before when I was in Cleveland, so it's a good experience. I don't think we ever done that around here before, so to get a chance to do that and bring in a fan favorite, J.J. Watt, I think people will really like that, so it'll be fun.
Fan favorite, you have no idea, Tremont. Elsewhere on the field, Aaron Jones putting in a lot of work this offseason. Earlier, we told you he got rid of the candy and the chips in his diet, but he also put some hustle in the pass game, so he won't be a guy that can just run the ball, but can catch it too.
Back in El Paso, I got with some high school quarterbacks and worked with them, going through my route tree and just working on my hands and continue to work it, working bad ball drills, different things. So, I mean, if it's put behind me, I can still go and get it. If it's put too high, I can go and get it. And almost came down with one yesterday. Yeah, Josh knocked it out. I feel like I should have kept it out here because when I brought it in, he punched it out. So, but just different things. I want to continue to work on my hands and so I can be an asset in the pass game.
Finally tonight, WNBA All-Star Game earlier today. Check out the swagger on those shoes. Love the KDs there. Love those red ones too. And then these are just dripping here. Some Kyrie action, a little Kobe. Although no one had the freak ones though. Giannis's new shoe. I like those pink ones over there too. I know we're big on the shoe game in general. I have a pair of KDs that I pretty much enjoy. I do want to kind of get on the freak train though. I don't really know right now that I like the colorful ones. I think I'm going to hold out for a little bit.
There's a thin line for me between like, whoa, those are some really cool colors, and that's
a little too much.
So you gotta figure out where that line is.
I know.
But those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them.
We'll be right back. Thanks. Welcome back. The second annual Sunflower Days at Eichster's Farm Market is in bloom. With over 15 acres of sunflowers, the farm features walking trails through the sunflower field, tractor rides, and a petting farm. Sunflower Days is a passion project of owner Joe Eichster's daughter. She walks the field and cuts flowers for visitors to take home. Both he and his daughter Kat say the beauty of the flowers are the best part of Sunflower Days.
It's a beautiful morning or an afternoon to come out. Sunflowers just make you smile. I don't know what it is about it, but it's a relaxing feeling in the field.
Flowers are just so beautiful, and people come out here to see the flowers, but we just wanted to give them something to bring home so they can enjoy the flowers for a few days afterwards.
Tickets to Sunflower Days at Eichster's Farm Market are $7 per person, and Sunflower Days will take place until August 11th. The best part of that story was Joe's shirt.
Oh my God, I want that shirt.
That was so cool.
Very
perfect day to wear it. I mean, how can you say no to that shirt?
And I mean,
pretty cool.
we saw a lot of sunshine for Sunflower Days today. And I think a little bit more will be back tomorrow. We had the ingredients for storms most of the day, but Mother Nature didn't get the memo until late tonight. So we do have some thunderstorms right now in Green Lake County, starting to move into northern portions of Columbia and Dodge counties. I think these storms will be around for the next couple of hours before they start to go to bed for the night. So portions of Columbia and Dodge counties, maybe into portions of Dane County picking up a few raindrops. Still feeling like the 70s and 80s out there. That humidity really not going anywhere until we get into the middle of next week. So more showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow, especially late tomorrow night into early Monday morning. But we're much more comfortable as we head into next week.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.
Hurry.